Hey guys, and welcome back to the Hunter Classic. Today we're going to do a little bit of competition hunting. There are two comps running here on Red Feather Falls that I thought were rather winnable. The first was a buckshot buck. That is just harvest the highest scoring whitetail buck with a buckshot, and that just means I get to use my combo gun again, so I am more than happy to do that. The competition just started, but the biggest one right now is like 123, so if no one else shoots a buck, I would imagine during this hunt we can even get first, even if it's not going to last. And the other one is hangman moose or something like that. It's the average weight of your top three moose, top three heaviest moose, and that's just if we run across a lot of moose like we did last time out here in Red Feather Falls, we might end up doing it without even trying. Not a bad start, starting off with a bull moose, although he's not very heavy, only up to 530 kilos, but that'll at least get us something on the board. And I do have the forest camo reverse draw crossbow today that I'll be using for pretty much all the moose, just for the simple fact that if there are any big bucks around that could win that buckshot buck competition, I don't want to spook them off, because for the moose, it just comes down to, like, if I pick up a heavy track, I know it's going to be something good for that comp, but for, of course, the bucks, it just comes down to what they're carrying on their heads. So that is going to be a little more tricky. That's why I'm going to be a lot more careful with the moose and trying to drop them all with the crossbow if I can. Let him get in good and close, I think, rather than shooting at 40 meters, especially for the first shot of the day. Although, if he just wants to stand there, I'll just walk to 20 meters myself. I don't really... Oh, whitetail doe back there as well. And a buck. Is he a non-tip? He is. Look like a big one as well. Hold on. Not going to count for the comp. That's not bad. Cool. Alright, now I got to be extra careful to drop this guy so that the non-tip does come in. But if this guy will just give us a good shot, that should probably work. Make sure we get this. And he is down. Non-tip is still standing out there. And I am going to probably sneak my way over to that tower. 135 to 170 is probably closer to 200. The score estimate has never properly worked on the non-typicals, so never trust that when you see it. But 500 kilos on that guy, that's not terrible. 110 score. We will reload our crossbow and figure out where we want to bring in that buck to. Actually, I think we're going to go ahead and drop this doe as well. Non-tip's still way out there. I haven't even called yet. So as long as we can drop her, that should actually make our life a lot easier. Then we don't have to worry about her coming in closer and spooking. Alright, so she's down. I wanted to crouch before I reloaded, ideally, but that didn't exactly work. Is he still out there? Yeah, he's still there. Doesn't even look like he heard that. So at this point... Oh, wow. He was 90 to 100 kilos as well. Probably would have been actually a good buck had he spawned as a typical, but I'm pretty happy with that. It's been a while since I've actually shot it on tip. But double lung on our doe, and it did look like just as I was claiming her. Is he looking at us? Nah, he doesn't know what's going on. Alright, we'll start calling him in. And again, the non-tips don't count for the whitetail comps, and we do have another buck grunting. Where's he at? Straight out that way. I probably shouldn't be crouching with that non-tip right there, but good to know. But yeah, I'm going to let this guy come in nice and close. We'll get a crossbow shot on him, hopefully drop him so that the other buck can come in. But this hunt has been... Where are we at? Let's check the actual hunter mate time. It's 7:18, so this hunt has been 9 minutes long, and it's already a raging success with a non-typical. Now, I don't care if I place in the comps or not. But guys, if you are playing the Hunter Classic and you're looking for a way to get EMs, seriously, look into the comps. This is not a knock on the game, but the player base in Classic is probably as small as it's ever been. And that, of course, means there's less hunters out there to get a higher score than you in the comps. Literally, the first one I've done, it's been a long time since I've actually entered comps. I really haven't worried about them. First one I did, I got a 3rd place without even actually trying. So it's definitely something to look into. That was not my best shot. Ah, don't run that way. Running right towards the other buck. Go figure. Well, I tried to hit him in the neck spine area. I should have waited, but I was worried that he might catch on to me. That is the other buck. He was like a 120, so at least we know we don't have to go after him. I want to see where we hit that guy, now that he's slowing down, because it might have been top of one lung. Let's take a quick look here. It is intestines. I don't know how I did that. But that will actually bring him down reasonably quickly. I was thinking about actually hitting him with a 9.3 round. But if we just kind of crouch behind him, he'll go down. And actually out there is a pretty good looking area with the water. So I wouldn't mind if he drops there for a trophy shot. Oh, and he's dead already. Must have been liver then. But he died in a nice little area. Sun is hitting him. There's no trees to really cast any shadows. Nice kind of twisty rack he's got. Let's see, does he top the 200 mark? He does not. 170. I think he was actually in the score estimate, or was his max exactly 170? Either way, that was a liver, intestine, neck, shoulder blade, and hip bone shot. I guess I could see how that would work with the angle we had, but I really thought we would have clipped something else, but it ended up still with a little bit of harvest value on it. Pretty cool looking picture though, and this is at least like my 4th or 5th non-tip that I've had right in this field, starting out a hunt on red feathers, so I'm pretty happy with that. I don't know if my 25 EM have come in. They actually have. So I can mount him, and we can get on our way. Hopefully, though, that non-tip was not the extent of our luck, because this is even more pathetic than the first moose we had. 420 to 460 kilograms, that is incredibly lightweight as well. But hopefully we can drop him so that we don't have to track him and waste a lot of time. I don't have a ton of time. I'm probably going to end up doing this video in 2 different attempts. Why are you sniffing the air? You're small. You're not supposed to know I'm here. How far is that? 20 meters. I'll see if we can stick a bolt through his heart if he'll stop then. Stop. Please. Don't get too much closer. You're going to end up running me over. Alright. Thank you. Good timing. Couldn't have got much closer, but he's down. At least we're not going to have to track him. And we will have 2 of our 3 moose on the board. So at least if we can get 1 more bull, we will have a score for the comp. 88 score and 430 kilos. That's rather sad. That's going to kill my average until we get 3 bigger than that. So at the moment, we're on a pretty decent moose track. It is old, but the weight is nearly max. It's 530 to 600. So I want to follow him. See if we can get him. Of course, running around like this isn't ideal. That looks to be a bull. Get a weight estimate on him. That's probably a decent weight because he's got good size horns. That could actually be the one we're following. That's a pathetic buck. Yeah, that's like a 170 or 180 moose, I think. 570 to 610. That'll be a good one for the comp. I wonder then, is this the one I had tracks from? Because the weight estimate does pretty much fit. We'll see what he actually ends up weighing and if the tracks disappeared, but I'm happy to get him regardless. That's not a bad looking moose. I would say he's probably closer to 170. He's definitely not huge, but see if he'll just give us a good stopped heart shot, maybe. What is that, 155 to 180? Yeah, he's probably maybe high 160s even. Okay, that's a little too close. All right, why can't I? There we go. Couldn't get on my scope for a second, but I think I'll ignore that whitetail buck just because he's so small. And unless I switch trails, which I didn't, this is actually another moose. Ooh, and a good one as well. 597 kilos, 164 score, but I'm more excited about that weight. If we can go and get the one that we're on, and he ends up being like 560 plus, we'll be decently set if we can get a 3rd reasonably heavy one at some point. But of course, I lost the moose tracks. He kind of just walked into the water and I couldn't figure out where he went. That buck looks good. Ah, like a 120s. I actually had another one grunt right down here though. We're going to sneak forward a little bit, see if we can get eyes on it. Hopefully one of these 2 is at least the, what, 123 or something we need to get on the board. I'm going to give a little grunt here. Oh, wow, that's actually sad. I guess we're shooting him with the crossbow then. And we'll try to get the other one with buckshot. Is he? I think he's normal. He almost looks piebald, but he's just got that lighter coat and the sun's hitting him. Alright. He's down. We'll let the other one out there come in. I thought he might have been bigger when I first saw him, but yeah, I did end up fast traveling away from that moose just to get into other area because I was running around trying to get his tracks. I probably spooked everything for a long ways. But our massive buck is a 59 score, and we'll just jump in this tree stand and wait for the other buck, and maybe if we're lucky, we'll call in another one from somewhere. Well, this guy seems to have gotten himself rather stuck, so we'll try to get him with buckshot. I'm just going to go for a headshot if I can line it up. Did I not get that? Huh. Ooh, max weight whitetail track, not all that far away. I might have spooked him. Oh, he's actually... Wait. Okay. Don't actually know which way he's going then. We'll have to figure that out, but he might be close by. We have the sort of barrier of the hill that would have sort of hit us from him. I at least need to get eyes on him, even if he spooks. I gotta know how big he is. But I bet that is him. Are you the deer that I've been tracking? Probably. Wasn't very impressive, and it looks like that was him, so that's a little bit sad. Thought he might have been bigger, especially how far apart his tracks were. 125.90 though, for the moment, actually does put us in first place. And I wanted to leave you guys with this. I was out hunting with a few patrons the other day, and I had a melanistic bull moose cross my path. And it was funny because many times I've seen a moose and it looked kind of dark, and I thought maybe it was a melanistic. And then after some looking at it, I realized it's got like the white legs or the white ears, and realized that it wasn't melanistic. But I was mid-sentence when I saw this moose, and immediately I knew it was melanistic. And that was just interesting because that happens with a lot of stuff. Like, sometimes you think it might be a melanistic moose or like a high-scoring whitetail or something, but the ones that really are, you know. During this hunt, I was carrying one of my favorite new guns, the Forest Camo 30-06, and as he was coming in, I decided I would take him with that. He stopped at a kind of cool spot, kind of right in between the trees there. We slot the shot in, he drops, and that is going to be one of the coolest rares for my trophy lodge. So we're going to run up, claim him, see what he scores, and I was just elated to finally get, like, I've had a couple of rare moose, but no rare bulls since trophy lodges came out, so to finally get one in there over a year later is such a good feeling. But he scores a 107.7, so we'll get the trophy shot with the guys, and that is going to do it for this video. So thank you guys for sticking around to the end. It is very much appreciated, and I will see you next time.